I know we're all aware that The View sucks, but you guys need to watch this video with Tyrus, former WWE wrestler guy. Now he's a Fox contributor, talking on Gutfeld about why they suck and how they can improve if they want to be better. Which, I mean, honestly, at this point, I think we all just want the show to be done, but they have the right to be on the air. And if they have viewers, however few there may be, they have every right to sit there and enjoy the content. But Tyrus goes into detail on why he thinks that they suck in. And I think he gives a solution that they're probably not going to take. But before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to Resist the Mainstream, because it ensures YouTube that you're enjoying our videos. And so that way they will continually show up in your feed and they'll push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into this video.
Looking forward to a trans James Bond, and it's not going to happen.
Well, Greg, there was a long line that you were in, and I'm sorry for you and the thousands of constituents.
It is about money, though, right? They're losing money.
No, they were forced, they were blackmailed into hiring these DEI directors and producers. That's right. So it wasn't they were telling them what they needed to do because they had, a million fake bots on X telling them that they were relevant, and they made these movies that nobody would watch. So it's really, they're going to have to stop hiring people based off of their sexual orientation and how they look in the mirror, opposed to, can you actually direct a movie that makes sense? I don't care if you mail order horses, but if you can make a movie that I can watch without going, why? Okay? So it's not even that. And The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. Mm-hmm. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and the, was it Bette Midler? What's her name?
Joy.
Yeah, broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was being attacked. So the problem is that you have to go after the racist people. And if be the CEO goes, you know what? I'm not going to allow a woman on my show, or man, that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day, that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah.
That's so funny when you think about that. I mean, we've all talked about how annoying and ridiculous Whoopi Goldberg and Sonny Hostin are, and Joy Behar and Bette Midler is the Hispanic one. I don't know. She's annoying too. They're all just very annoying individuals, but they really are racist. They sit there on their show for, I'm assuming, like an hour a day and just crap on white people and justify every action that or every word that they utilize to like vilify the right or anybody who opposes their ideals. They will characterize them as like villains and treat them as if they're lesser than they are, especially Sonny. Like, I feel like Whoopi is annoying and says a lot of stupid stuff, but like I feel like tries to come off as if she's like objective, even though she's not, but she tries to, I feel like, see the other side in some sense. She tries to act as if she does that, at least. Sonny's just straight up so arrogant and proud, and just like, no, I'm right. The reason why Kamala lost was because of white supremacy. Even though Latino men they were flipped by Trump. Even though Trump flipped Latino men, it was white supremacy that got Trump the presidency. At what point are you just going to be like, you're the problem? I can't stand Sonny. These people, they're so freaking annoying, and I really want to extend an olive branch to the other side. I want us to all be united, but then you see things like what the View propagates, and then they have all these people. Like, you look at their comment section. I mean, usually they're getting ratioed, but then a lot of times you'll see like positive affirmations with the things they're saying, and what they're saying is not good. What they're saying is not helpful. What they're saying is not unifying. It's straight up division, and you see that on both sides. But specifically, I mean, these are the shows that are like on the networks, the big networks, they get the millions of viewers. We had to create alternative media to even be heard. I mean, thanks to Elon Musk for buying X, or else we wouldn't even have a platform to communicate our thoughts and bring our point of view. But it's just like, man, It's insane. He's so right about they're racist. Take them off. Take them off. Or they need to at least be rehabilitated, because my goodness, they need to like get that woke mind virus exercise from their brain. I don't know. It's insane, but let's see what else I got to say.
You know, Emily, could you imagine yourself on The View as like taking that job? Let's say they find something really ugly in your past, you get fired from Fox. That could happen, by the way. No. I never burned those photos. But I mean, could you do that?
I get very sensitive. This is my total honest answer. Like, I get very sensitive to things. So I don't thrive in the like really nasty environment. I mean, I don't know who would.
But and I think could cry into a big pile of money.
That's right. You know what? On that point,
like it's only an hour a day to feel awful, and then you go home and you just roll around naked
all
in
your
a pile
money.
of $100 bills.
I'm like #worth it. Yeah, I think I really appreciate your point, because you know there was a lot of systemic rot that we saw because of the amplification, because of the hosting of those really vile points of view. Remember when Senator Tom Cotton's op-ed, there was uproar, right? And the New York Times said, we're not going to publish this. The decision makers behind that, the hosts of the crazy things that we've covered on this show, the absolute racism, who hosted that? Who published it? Who signed off on that? You're absolutely right. There needs to be a total audit of those editorial boards, because there's always going to be vile individuals and ridiculous extreme points of view, but it's the hosting and the acceptance of that. If they actually had some character infused into the mainstream media and quelled those voices instead of stoking them, then I think the coverage of the next 4 years might actually be fair. And that's what the American people deserve, that transparency.
All right. We solved everything here. Listen to us.
How can you think you're on the right side of things? How can you think you're on the right side of things when you, every single day, brought somebody to tears because you were so hateful towards their point of view? And you know, and I didn't watch The View when Meghan McCain was on it very much, I think, but I feel like I recall moments where she's just trying to bring her point of view and just completely bombarded by every other host. Just like, essentially, you're stupid. What you're saying is wrong. Even if you think someone's point of view is wrong. I know we're online all the time where, Ben Shapiro destroys, blah, 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 blah. Candace Owens destroys, you know, whatever. Like, woke liberal college student Charlie Kirk. And like, that's fine. Like, that's fine. Sure. I don't mind trolling, I don't mind joking, but like, honestly, let's get, like, when we're having that conversation in person, when you're communicating with people, you're supposed to have good faith and you're supposed to be respectful and kind. And this isn't even a debate stage on The View. They're literally just going over what's going on in the world and giving their perspectives and their thoughts, ideas on it. And you're just gonna sit there and make someone to the point of tears. You're gonna make someone feel as if they're so dumb and stupid and hateful and all these things, as if they're not representative of half the country. Like, we're not all insane, you know, like, and I think that's what blows my mind when it comes to this stuff. It's just like, even if you are right, which I would disagree, 50% of the country or more disagrees with you. And so instead of vilifying and characterizing them as the problem, let's try and come up with a middle ground. Let's just try and find the things that we do align with, that we do. Things have become so politicized that it's like the world has gone insane. When in all honesty, like, we're all people. We all have people in our lives that are going through struggles. People that have cancer, people that just like lost their job, like just everyday life things. And like those things we as individuals have to deal with on a daily basis. And there's so much more to life than just politics. Obviously it's important. The trajectory of our country is important, but we need to do a lot better at humanizing each other and actually loving each other, not meaning you have to accept people's lifestyle. You accept people as human beings. You don't have to accept every element of someone else's life because you might not agree, and that's okay. But I'm just so sick of this divisive, this belittlement. Like, I'm over it, and I played a part in it, but it's so frustrating, and it's time to stop. It's time to stop. And I know people on the right are like disagreeing with me because they're like, no, they did this to us for all this time. It's like, be the bigger person, guys. We won. That was our revenge. We won. Be better. I'm so sick of it. And Tyrus is right, and I think Emily was her name. She's right. Smoke show, by the way. We need to do better. We need to do better, and they should bring people on that are representative of the other side of the country, and they should be respectful and kind, and maybe The View would be better. And I know some of you guys are like, The View just needs to die. Just die out. But there is a way to revive it and make it better if they really wanted to. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. I want to know your thoughts on this. Can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.